Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Lounging with Tony. Today we are lounging with the cast of independent film, Leave It on the Floor. Sit back, relax, and let's get fierce. Here we go. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Lounging with Tony. Today we are here with the cast of the independent film Leave It on the Floor. We have Mr. Sheldon Larry, who is the director, Mr. Glenn Gaylord, who is the writer, and we also have cast members Andre Myers, who plays Carter, and James Alsop, who plays Epi, right? Welcome you guys. Thank you. Thank you for lounging with me today. So, first off, let me say, I absolutely love the film. I'm a sucker for musicals, anyway. But the fact that, this film shows a group of people that don't really get a lot of recognition, and it's still kind of considered underground. What inspired you, Sheldon, to bring this film to light?
Well, I saw the documentary Paris is Burning 20 years ago, and really thought, there's an amazing musical in this. The film is about transformation and all these kids, marginal kids who've all been thrown out of their homes and found each other on the streets and kind of basically reformed into families. So
yeah.
The idea of taking all these throwaways and runaways, I call them, and kind of putting them together, that was one thing. And seeing this family structure that sort of supported them, loved them. And also, I think these kids are tremendously brave, and so it's saluting their bravery. And also the creativity. All popular culture comes from the edges.
Yes.
And so much in terms of music and dance and choreography, makeup, hair, are kind of all influenced by this world, and people don't know it. So it's really a chance to take something from the edge and put it center stage.
Now, I know with the musical, there has to be a lot of preparation. There were a lot of big dance numbers, a lot of music. Sheldon, what did you and your production people do to prepare for such a huge task, obviously?
Well, I had hair before we started.
So you left your hair on the floor.
Yeah, hang out in bunches. I don't know how we did what we did. I'm still amazed that a year and a half ago this film didn't exist. Only barely a year and a half ago we didn't even have the music. Just over 14, 15 months ago we didn't have our cast, and yet, the schedule was unbelievable. It couldn't change because we couldn't afford to change it.
Right.
So we rehearsed it in June and started shooting in July and finished shooting in August, and then went into the editing room and spent all kind of fall editing it, and spent all spring putting, basically redoing the music and putting all the sound together.
Yeah.
There were some days in preparation where the actors would do table readings, then they do vocal recording, then they go to dance rehearsal all on the same day.
Wow.
And so they were full days.
Yeah.
They were putting in a lot of effort.
Yeah.
That sounds like
before we even rolled camera on it.
Wow. So what things did you pull from to bring these characters in?
Well, when Sheldon brought me on about 6 years ago, we went to the balls, and we took the ball community and the kids out, and we got to know them. We watched them rehearse, watched them meet, watched them in action, and we hear their stories. And a lot of their stories are what inspired the characters that are in the film, and what their struggles are, what their aspirations are. And in a musical, the songs are often what the characters dream about, what's inside their heads. And so that was really what I was pulling for with the ball community, to find out, what do you want? What would be your ideal fantasy? What do you think is sexy? What do you think is fun? And really try to hone in on that.
Now, Andre, with your character, Carter, I felt like we kind of saw him grow a little bit, throughout the film. He started off as this, little troublemaker, kind of. At least that's what I got from it, stealing wallets and things.
Yeah.
Well, so how, what did you do to pull, what things did you pull from your own life to kind of make that character grow?
I think my character is wise beyond his years, and I feel that I'm the same way. So I kind of use that to bring to the character. Also, I'm single, and my character is single, and everybody yearns to be loved in some type of way, so I used that when I was getting to know the lead character, and I don't know, just bringing some fun to it, being around these crazy people, and I don't know, that's how I prepared pretty much.
Now, Epi was pretty much the comic relief throughout the whole film. Now, are you, knowing what I know of you, are you generally like that as well? Is there a little bit of James and Epi as well?
I had to bring her to life somehow. She is full of life. She was already full of life, and I think that just made it that much easier to portray the character due to the fact that I'm a goofball.
Right.
So that, yeah, Effie and James, they kind of
coincide. Now, when people walk out, what's the overall message or feel that you want them to have about this group of people that, you know, are often not seen and not have a voice? You know, what do you want to say for them?
For me, briefly, I mean, it's that they are heroes. It's that they are, you know, under their skin, they want the same that everybody else wants, which is respect and love and care and a home. And so for people to say, oh my God, these people are sort of not freaks, or wow, it's so extraordinary, transgendered people, what is that? You know, people haven't kind of done, I mean, you just walk over that line.
In just a few minutes, we're gonna take you guys into the ball scene, and we're gonna have James and Andre show me a few moves. So stick around, there's more Lounging with Tony to come. On the next Lounging with Tony, I head over to the Hayworth Theater in Los Angeles to tickle my funny bone with the girls of MissFunny.com. Rachel, Shayna, and Lindsay chat with me about their hilarious sketch comedy videos. Then the roles reverse as they challenge me to find out which funny girl I know the best. All happening on the next episode of Lounging with Tony. And welcome back. We are still lounging with the cast of the independent film Leave It on the Floor, and we have James and Andre who are gonna show me a few moves that people do in the ball scene. Now, at a ball, like, there are categories. What are some of the categories that people do?
I would say face.
Face?
Yeah, runway.
It's evolved. It was just voguing, but now it's become old way and new way.
Okay.
Where the old way was all about literally just making a picture. So in Madonna's Vogue, that's why they do all this. And they do it really slow because they just want to make a picture. But then the new way type of voguing, it's much more fast. It's a little bit more intricate. And so they just go, like, with their hands, they do something like this.
So it's like it's like putting lotion on.
So if you ask
Elbow.
So if you actually,
right. Get it.
Okay.
Cocoa butter. I don't know why, but then they just go real pigeon-toed, and they just stuff like that.
So it's almost like that episode of Lucy when they were like smashing on the grapes.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Am I doing this right? Leave It on the Floor, part 2. The duck walk.
That's like you're walking like a duck.
Okay. And then we're back to the elbows. Okay. Ooh.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're doing this at home, make sure you stretch first.
Okay. And then of course there's the runway.
There's the runway. Okay. Andre, you want to show us how to walk the runway a little bit?
Yeah, funny.
Like showing the cheekbones and the teeth and, you know, clear skin and, you know, all of that stuff.
So we're gonna kick it up. This is the title track, Leave It on the Floor, from the soundtrack of Leave It on the Floor.
Yeah.
Let's see if I'm gonna leave something on the floor.
Okay. I might leave my ankle on the floor.
Thank you guys again for tuning in to another episode of Lounging with Tony. I would like to thank the cast of the independent film Leave It on the Floor for joining me today. Also, if you would like to find out more information about this wonderful film, please make sure you go see it. Visit ballmusical.com. Also, make sure you find them on Facebook and Twitter. And I will see you next time on Lounging with Tony. Woo-hoo.